Laz, difficult conditions today, ended 1-0 to Bridgwater Town. What did you make of the match?
Yeah. Obviously the win factor. I think it tailed off a bit in the second half. So we were against it in the first half and probably didn't have the benefit of it in the second half. That said, we all knew that Bridgwater would be again another competitive side, with the fact that they've got a couple of games in a cup competition coming at them in a couple of weeks' time. So I didn't expect anything less from them. Stuart James has just recently joined the club, and he's a proper football man. He's been a pro himself, so I knew they'd be organised and disciplined and competitive, and they didn't disappoint in any of those areas. From our point of view, the first half we were disappointing. The goal that we conceded was, as I said to the lads, soft at best. Didn't expect to concede a goal like that with the way we've been defending. In the second half, let's have it right. Anyone watching the game probably would have felt that if we had scored early, like with a couple of chances come our way, we probably would have gone on and scored 3 and 4. That said, like we didn't, and the longer a team stays in the league, which they may not have deserved at the time, it made them more determined to defend, and they defended very, very well. So give credit where credit's due. I don't think we deserve to come away without getting a result today, but Bridgwater's definitely earned the right to beat us.
You're just touching on it there, the goals from a set piece. Your team's been so good at defending usually in the game since coming back from competitive football. Would you say it took you by surprise then, that goal?
100%. The lad that scored, he's a proven centre forward, so he's got good movement, and he's moved off of the man and managed to get a back flick on it, and is gone in the back of the net. Is one of those that could have gone anywhere, but is an art to attack a ball the way the lad did. So let's give it again. You've got to give credit to skill on a football pitch, and whether it's with a head, foot, whatever. And we're disappointed to concede a goal like that. That's annoying. Do you know what I mean? The chances we've missed. Yeah, I think our forward players are definitely a couple of months away from being at full fitness, so that's why we'll be back in the tail end of June, and they'll be right for August. And I think that that's going to be exciting for everyone. At the moment, they're benefited from this extra games that they've got, but defending wise, we've been defending well, and I know we've got goals in this team, so I'm pretty cool about everything here today. Yeah, we're definitely disappointed to come away with nothing, because that's not in our DNA to be accept the defeat. But like I say, we're part of this one. It's the end of a good return to football. I think everyone connected to the club would agree that, and if we had this sort of situation at the start of our return, we'd have been happy enough with what we've got out of it. So disappointed with the result. Credit to Bridgwater. This is a great football club, by the way, so you don't come down there and expect it to be anything other than competitive, but we feel a bit frustrated. We could have played a lot better than we did today.
Of course, and obviously it didn't end in the result that we would have liked to, but how pleased were you with the lads' reaction coming in the second half? They came out all ablaze, and succession of chances came our way, but we couldn't quite get that goal. Were you pleased with how your side came out second half?
100%. Like all you can do as a manager and coaching staff, and that is at half time, if you're not happy with things that you've seen, try and tweak it, or say what you've seen to hopefully get a reaction, and maybe move a few players about, which we did, and definitely got a reaction. And like I said earlier, if we had scored in the first 5-10 minutes when we had good chances, obviously quality skill by Marcus Day, but the shots had just gone wide of the post and things. If that had gone in, it could have really opened up the floodgates for us, because we are a team that when we are at it, we take some serious stopping. So if football is fine lines at times, there's certain games that you could go and really trounce an opponent, but when you're playing good sides, and even though there is a division gap between the teams, this side will be looking to win the league that they're in next season. We're looking to get promoted out of the division we're in. So this is a good club, good side. I was happy with the reaction that I seen in the second half, but I still thought we lacked that little bit of quality. But I think that comes from tired players, slightly unfit players, and we know we've got work to do there. But that's what this is all about. It's a weird situation we're in at the minute. You've got end of middle of May where we're at is now we've sort of done a mini pre-season, so we're still probably a couple of weeks away from being at tip top, we're at it, and we've played a lot of games in quick succession from a standing start. So no, we know, in fairness, this is something we're just part of us too.
A couple of months now, Lee, until we're back in competitive action. How important is it the players keep their standards high, obviously building on what was a good little mini pre-season? How important is it that they keep their standards up for when they return?
100% these players are in good habits anyway. So like with this, like they're semi-professional footballers, so they've got a duty of care of their own to come back at a level of fitness, not to come back and be, as we said earlier, like a standing start and look to be back in and playing. They got to do a bit in their own time to give them an advantage when we're ready to recommence pre-season at the tail end of June. Obviously our pre-season friendlies are going to be like really intense to try and get the lads really at a level, because we've had 2 seasons that have been null and void. So I think people watching that no longer play are very critical when they see things at times, but I think I beg anyone to be in these players' positions at the moment. I mean, 2 seasons where like it's sort of counted not a lot, and now they got to come and really, I believe, like I say, that everything's going to be good for the new season. Everything's going to be a proper season played to the finish, and these lads have got to get themselves right for that. So they're all good lads. So I don't think there's anyone within us that won't come back with the right habits, but a few will come back a little bit more unfit than others. It is a human nature. You got some lads that are in the gym every 5 minutes, and some that would rather be in a burger bar. But we'll get them right, and we back them because they're very, very good players.
All right, Lee.